Green Bay Packers just signed a 3-year contract extension with their star defensive tackle, Kenny Clark. It's a 3-year deal worth $64 million. It's pretty crazy. He's not even 30 yet, and this is his third contract in the NFL and from the Packers. So, as a defensive tackle, he has made a lot of dough, and just in general, like 3 contracts before the age of 30 is pretty unheard of. So, massive win for Kenny Clark, massive win for his agent, massive win for the Packers because Kenny Clark is a really underrated defensive tackle, Pro Bowl caliber player, and they're going to need him because the Packers offense is going to be around for a long, long time. They have such a good core, and if they could really get an average to an above average defense, you're going to see Green Bay in the Super Bowl very, 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 very soon. And I know that may seem a little bit of a hot take, or maybe it's too soon, or maybe it's me drinking the Jordan Love Kool-Aid a little bit too much, but I just really believe in Jordan Love. I really believe in just the Packers roster. Especially their offense. Like, they have so many weapons, and Jordan Love is, he looked, it took him a while to get going, but once he did, he looked like the second coming of Aaron Rodgers. Just that playoff run alone was pretty insane. They should have beat the 49ers. That would have been a crazy NFC Championship game, Lions versus Packers, but who knows, maybe next year. Regardless, the Packers get a huge piece of their defense back, so good deal. Kenny Clark rarely misses games, and he really is that heart and soul of that defense. So, making $29 million in 2024 alone. Last year, he finished the career high with 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 22 solo tackles. So pretty good production from a defensive tackle. Now, the next big thing the Packers have on their agenda for the offseason before week 1 starts is signing Jordan Love to a contract. And you got to think with this move with Kenny Clark, with them putting all that money aside for Kenny, you got to think that they're pretty close and pretty confident in getting the Jordan Love deal done. Because if they weren't confident, if they weren't close, you would think they would make sure they have every last dollar saved and ready to spend. But the fact that they splurge that much on Kenny Clark means that they got to be close. There was a report on Friday that the two sides have had positive conversations. I think we're going to see a deal probably some point in August, or if not sooner. It is a risky deal. It definitely is a risky deal considering Jordan Love has only had 1 good year. And even a year ago, he was pretty rocky for the first part, and then obviously the later part of the season, he just turned it on. So there definitely is some risk involved with signing him to a massive deal right now, but it's kind of the name of the game. And at the same time, like, it would be a risk if you don't sign him, because if he goes off and has another amazing year, if he just stays the way he looked for the later part of last season for an entire year, he could command one of the richest contracts in NFL history. So I think the right thing to do right now is to definitely re-sign him, because they could get somewhat of a bargain if they do that right now. So I think they will. Let me know what y'all think about the Kenny Clark deal. Do you think it's a good deal? Do you guys like Kenny Clark? What do you guys think about the Packers this year? And do you think they're going to re-sign Jordan Love anytime soon? Would you pay him? Would you not pay him? Would you wait this year out? Let me know in the comments. I'm obviously super high on the Packers going forward, but they did make one move this past offseason which I wasn't really a big fan of, and that was letting go of Aaron Jones Aaron Jones really is a dog. Just an impressive running back. Obviously, a lot of big playability. Not only that, but he's a great pass catcher. There was just a difference on the money, and the fact that he went to the Vikings is going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. I think that's a massive get for them. Sam Darnold, J.J. McCarthy, just to add another pass catcher in that offense with T.J. Hawkinson, Justin, and Addison. That's a low-key... That could low-key be like a top 10 offense if the quarterback play is just decent. But we'll see how that plays out. So they cut Aaron Jones and replaced him with Josh Jacobs. I think Aaron Jones is definitely a better player than Josh Jacobs. Let me know if you agree with that. But to me, Josh Jacobs only had one good year, and that was 2 years ago, and his contract year. Other than that, I mean, his rookie year, he was not bad, but it's just, you compare that to Aaron Jones, I think it's night and day. But the thing about Josh Jacobs, I don't really think he's going to have to do a whole lot on this offense. It's not like going to be his time with the Raiders where they're going to kind of have to rely on him in certain games. It's just a loaded offense, man. It's a loaded offense with an amazing young quarterback, man. I just think you could really have any running back on this offense, and they would probably be pretty successful. Like, just the name that pops in my head right now is like Joe Mixon on the Packers. I feel like he would be fairly decent, but let me know if y'all like Josh Jacobs, or am I being too harsh on him, or what? Let me know. And how good do you think the Packers are going to be this year? It's going to be a very, very fascinating NFC North. Maybe the most fascinating division in the NFL right now. I would say so, off the top of my head. I mean, you got the Lions trying to really get to the Super Bowl. They should have went last year, man, but they're really trying to take that next step this year. You got the Bears, Caleb Williams. Fascinating, polarizing stuff. Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, Sam Darnold. And then you got the Packers, man. Jordan Love. What can he do? Year 2 starting. It's going to be really, really interesting, man. It's going to be really, really interesting. I have no idea who's going to win the NFC North this year. Obviously, if you were to put money on it, you go with the Lions just because they're proven. But, man, I would definitely put the Packers there at 2. Bears 3. Vikings 4. But again, that is a musical chairs division, highly competitive. Let me know who y'all think's going to win the NFC North. Really is a toss-up, but really excited to watch it. Really excited. That's all I got for right now. Peace.